Oh, welcome to whatever this is. This is week 9, 10th video actually. You get the gist now. I don't need to explain what this is. Still feel compelled to though. Oh, sorry about that. Let's move my guitar a little. So, here we are. Week 9, January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year, mneu year. 2023 was pretty good and pretty bad, and then everything else as well, depending on who you are and how you view it and how you make sense of it and whatnot. January's a fun month. A lot of people make resolutions. I'm not really the resolution type. I do like the idea of January though. It comes from a god from some mythology or religion called Janus. I think he's a god. Doesn't really matter what myth he's from. Doesn't really matter. Because who cares? The concept of Janus is more important than the actual origins of it, or even the name itself. But the name remains in the word January. But Janus is a god, maybe that has a face on the back of his head and a face on the front of his head to look behind and in front at the same time and kind of make sense of the world and the present. You can't make sense of where you're going unless you know where you come from and make sense of that as well. And in different mythologies, there are different variations of this same thing, where somebody is like stuck in the past and somebody is stuck in the future, and there are flaws to both of those, and being aware of both and familiar with both in the present is ideal. Yeah. It's a nice concept, like I said. Nothing else for you to say about it. I'm doing this video on New Year's because it's New Year's, but other than that, nothing really special about it. It's just a day like any other. Except for what people make of it. So I guess it's not just a day like any other, because 30% of the world is making resolutions and deciding to change things, so a lot of people's lives will change because of today and because of what it represents, but by itself, without us viewing it, it doesn't represent much. I'm sure there's something symbolic and meaningful and nice to make from that if you feel like it. Anyways. That's fun. So I've made a lot of stuff, and today I'm gonna not talk about the stuff I've made, but I'm gonna talk more about the collection of symbols and stuff. I've been compiling a list of all the things that have made it into my art that have some symbolic purpose, and I'll discuss them a bit today. These are just results and products that have arisen from me building symbolism. Now, if you want to know more about all the aspects of mneu theory and the colors, like the 6 colors involved and everything, that's in the Life XX1 video from some time ago, one of my lecture videos I uploaded. Anyway, so this was all I had for today. Yesterday, when I was originally gonna film it on New Year's Eve, but I decided to put a little more effort into it and put it off until January 1st, New Year's. So world concept building, still up online in forums and stuff as much as I can, just listening and to people's ideas about world building and their progress and stuff, the characters they make, the worlds they make, as well as a million other things I follow on the internet. But one interesting thing I learned about Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien. Sorry for sounds of all the heaters and stuff going. It is very cold, so they have to stay on. Whatever. But Tolkien, he wrote the Silmarillion, which is this dense book that has like hundreds of names in it of people and lore and history of this fictional world he made, that he goes into fine detail describing all the different ages and events that happened. And to be honest, it's pretty boring book, but it's what he wanted his like magnum opus to be, his big masterpiece, the thing that people remembered him for. He wanted to be remembered and known for his all the effort he put into world building. But then, when his kid or his children, he started telling them a story that was just based around his world, The Hobbit, and then is slowly building this like small, more character-driven story within the world that he built, more into like intellectually and scholarly, and eventually like wrote that down and published it, and it became a big, massive hit, The Hobbit. And then his publishers, and I'm sure him and a bunch of other people, wanted him to write a sequel to The Hobbit, which became The Lord of the Rings, which was the single most popular book of the 19th or 20th century, the 1900s. I always confuse those two, as everyone does from like kindergarten onward. But through the 20th century, the 1900s, aside from the Bible, which doesn't really count, but because just hotels buy it and everyone buys it just to like store in their house and stuff, The Lord of the Rings was the second most purchased piece of literature in that century. Most prolific thing to come out of it. It all arose not from all of his deep like work and effort into world building. All that stuff just served to create a more rich, dense world for The Hobbit, and then eventually The Lord of the Rings. So yeah, I'm still very much in the Silmarillion sort of phase, where I'm like slowly cataloging and making sense of all of the little aspects of my world. I'm trying to define it, trying to clarify what everything means. But I'm definitely approaching it from a very different perspective and way than anyone else that I see doing this world building thing, because the world I'm building is all like symbolic rather than dwarves and elves and whatnot, or like a cyberpunk Blade Runner type universe where there are a lot of it's a fictional reality sort of that they create rather than a fictional. I don't know. Hard to describe, but they have some concrete idea of what is going to happen in their world. Mine is more of a world of symbols, psychological symbolism, the afterlife, fictional world of psychological symbolism, or mnemonic device with or without the U, in which everything represents something from the real world, abstractly. One of the big starting. What's the word? Starting bits of information for new theory was creating a mnemonic, or mnemonics to help people understand psychology. But anyway, since then I've been slowly piecing together different colors, different objects, different products, different like icons, characters and such to fit into the world, give it depth and give it meaning. Yeah. And I made a huge little list here. A huge little list, what a thing to say, of the things that came off the top of my head yesterday that have made their way into multiple songs and into the universe. Colors I've thought about quite a lot, sort of the basic building blocks of any new thing, any new world. The colors are one of the first things you learn in learning any new language, because they're so common to hear and to use, and to understand colors is very essential, as well as like basic emotions. Like learning ASL, which has been a big thing this year. Definitely learning the colors in the few apps I have been some of the first lessons. You got okay, you can see this is B, and if you shake it, it's blue. This is Y. If you shake it, it's yellow. This is red is kind of touching your lips. That's a little bit different. Pink is touching your lips with your second finger. What else? Purple take a pee and shake it. What else? What else? There's others. Brown is like rubbing your face, like a beard. Black is this for some reason. White is like pulling something out of your chest. And yeah, those are some of the first things I learned with ASL, as well as emotions like happiness and excited. Yeah. And I'm not going to go into them. If you want to hear about them, go watch that Life XX1 video. And like the big icons that have arisen that I've discussed a bit in previous videos are X and O. X, O, which represent lots of fun things. In a very macro level, the X and O represent looking at things as a whole and being more direct and looking at a sort of a specific thing. But they have other bits of symbolism depending on their context and everything. And develop some products that kind of arise from the colors and shapes and symbols and concepts. The Vermilion Waves, a whole ass brand of cigarettes, and the colors of it and the shapes of it and the icons on it and the words on it all stem from other things into the finished product of Vermilion Wave cigarettes. And the same with Daydream HD stems from a lot of that. And then there's here's a big list of just random stuff. Not random stuff, because randomness doesn't exist, but random in the sense that that you don't know what it means. And slowly things have formulated their way into the universe, planet, space, the atmosphere, like the concept of high, low, stars, sun, satellites. As I've explored these different concepts and things from a psychological perspective and put them into my songs, they've been incorporated into the overall world. Yeah, so I tried as best I could to take another step towards making some visual sense of the world, the fictional world, at 2 different levels, or 3 different levels, and just whatever. Unbolded them as I incorporated them into the visuals, just to keep track of which ones I did and didn't address. Some things are hard to address in a static image, like the concept of high and low, or temperature, or really like masks and filters of things that kind of change the way things are perceived. Those kind of require time and like videos and stuff for songs to really hit on what they are. But the rest are more static things that all have their own symbolism within the universe. I'll get into it a little bit. Initially, like we saw with some of my poetry and whatnot, space, the concept of space, definitely a big part of, at least the initial parts of building the universe. Because how are you going to create a world without it first like existing within some bigger, broader scope of a universe? Like an individual thing can't exist without the context of everything around it. So yeah, space and just the universe is just everything, represented by blue within my songs and art, and the red is an individual, me, you, literally anyone. It is just symbolic of an individual within a greater universe. And yeah, and from that, just thinking about one individual within a universe, other things arose, like the atmosphere, represented by a little dotted line here, of sort of the more immediate environment around us, the things that more directly affect us and that we have control over within the universe, which is a very, very limited, very small amount of stuff. Like space is just something we see as like a painting on the ceiling. I mean, as far as our lives are concerned, or the lives of billions of people that have lived or will live, that will never go to space or research space or anything. It is just, a painting on the ceiling. Nothing. Nothing really concrete or well defined. And I like leaving these big celestial bodies and the universe. It's more abstract concepts, things that we look out and see that don't really have a solid definition for what they really are. Sorry, something in my eye. But I mean, this is a fictional universe, and the fiction is that it is the AI afterlife. It is a computer-generated universe, so there's not really, doesn't really need to be anything in space. It can just be a painting on the ceiling. We're never going to go into it in the fictional world, so might as well be, and then the stars and everything. And as well, there really doesn't need to be any other planets. In this fictional world, there is only the one planet. There is only the individual and everything else. That's how psychology kind of views the world. If you look at this stupid thing in my eye, go away, eye creature. Don't bother me doing videos. If you look at sociology or various other sciences that aren't psychology, that look at humans, anthropology and stuff, they look at humanity from sort of an outside perspective, all as one. Sociology looks at how groups move around, like paleontology. Oh my god, my eye. Wait, is paleontology dinosaurs? I don't know. But the study of like ancient humans and stuff looks at people as a whole. But psychology, the big difference in psychology is it looks at the universe and life from the perspective of an individual, or in this case, planet, looking out at the world and the universe, trying to make sense of it, trying to make sense of other people, and there may be planets out there, but they're just painted on the ceiling. But there are satellites that orbit around us, in and outside of our atmosphere, that they aren't us, but they are sort of a part of us and affect everything we do. The biggest of the real world satellites is the moon, which is, yes, a satellite because it orbits around us and is part of us. And the moon deeply affects the tides of what happens on Earth, gives us light in the night, reflects what comes off the sun, the light of the sun. And the sun as well made its way into various songs. And the sun's an interesting thing. Like, a lot of people would draw the sun as like a yellow. I guess it is sort of yellow if you go out into space and look at it, at least from what I've seen of pictures and stuff. But the light of the sun is more pure, like white light. It is like all the colors combined. If you combine all the colors of light, they create white. If you combine all the colors of like color pigments, like physical things, you get black. But the light, the light of the sun is more symbolically just the energy of the universe, like day versus night. Day is the time of activity and movement and change and growth, and night is more a time of reflection and slow-paced sort of hibernation and stuff like that. So those concepts have made it into my art. I did write a song that's more closely related to the sun. One of the first songs I ever wrote is called "The Wolf and the Lion." It's about couple of friends I have. I have a friend I went to Japan with who met the love of his life in Japan at an Airbnb. And then she flew over to America after the trip was done, and they got to know each other and started dating and stuff. And then eventually he moved over to where she is, Austria actually. And then they eventually got married, and yeah, haven't talked to him in a while. They might even have kids now. They might. I mean, I know they have plans to have kids, but anyway, I wrote this song sometime between them getting engaged and getting married, sort of about their love story. And it's the first song I ever wrote that really... Oh, I don't even have like lyrics or anything. It's the first song I wrote that ever tried to use symbolism and tell a story. Or one of the first that I did. I might have said that for other songs, but yeah, it gets sort of mixed up. And the sun within the song, you know what? Trying to explain a song before playing the song is a little difficult, so I'm just gonna... Yeah. Sing it for you. That did not increase the size of the text. So this song was intended to follow that story of them meeting in Japan and getting to know each other, and then her like reaching out and making connection, flying over to America, and then getting to know each other more and building their relationship, and then eventually, marriage and the lifelong commitment of that. All captured in the song, but in the story of a wolf and a lion who are like meeting together and like about to fight, and then it ends up as more of a love story. They call each other wolf and lion. One of them is, well, she's a lion or a lioness, and he is a wolf. That's their weird little... I was gonna call it a fetish. It's not a fetish. They've been doing it. Little cutesy love names, nicknames for people. Yeah. So, cat, can you not do that, please? Yeah, sure. It's meant to be a telling of their story as well as a telling of the story of a wolf and a lion. So I guess an allegory. Maybe it was my first allegory. Yeah. I do a much better job of vlogging when I create things and stuff nowadays. But when was this? May 8th, 2021. Was that? Yeah. It was around that time frame, a month before I started posting videos. Here's a song. This is not going to be part of the Who Counts the Trees album. This was like a B-side for the Vermilion Waves album, I guess. So just like an extra song. And at some point it's going to be a music video when I learn to like animate stuff well enough to create it into a music video. But now it's just a nice look at some symbolism of the sun, especially, and how it made its way into the universe pretty early on in the process. Maybe even before I wrote AI Afterlife, I'd created this and developed the symbolism of the sun. Let me see. Let's see, there's a date here. March 20th. So, yeah. I at least started AI Afterlife like a long time before I started The Wolf and the Lion, but I don't think I finished the AI Afterlife until after I finished The Wolf and the Lion. Such a hassle, and who cares? Who really cares about the order of anything? Even me. I just feel like, since I'm talking about it, I need to be accurate, but let it fade in the past. Just like who cares what mythology Janus is from? The concept of it is so much more important than where it's from. And when I teach classes, I never ever have people memorize old dead white men's names or dates that things happened, because those are such useless bits of information. Like, once I die, please forget me. Please and just allow what the things I change in the world to live on, and the impact I have on the world to live on. I don't need my name attached to anything. It's such a crappy way of living to try to preserve yourself in like name after you die, rather than making an impact on the world that can get carried on. I could talk about that more, but I'm not going to. Let's play the song Wolf and Lion. Okay. This is a very simple guitar as well. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll do it so you can actually see. Very simple guitar. It's just. Over and over again. I had not been learning guitar very long, or developed any advanced techniques, or started learning music theory or anything at that time. I was just kind of, I know like 5 chords, and I'm going to string together 3 of those chords in some way, and see if I can come up with stuff that sounds good on top of it. And that's the beginnings. So simple, but I love it. Anyway, here's the Wolf and the Lion. As the sun rose, a wolf and a lion faced off at the edge of the earth. As the wind blew, the sakura blossoms both tensed for the chance to strike first. They're taking their time, 'cause the first one to move's risking more. Both are holding the sun in their side, 'cause the sun doesn't take sides in war. Sometime later, but less than you'd think, the lion pushed down on the earth. As her paw grazed the wolf's matted fur, she felt empathy wash over her. No mistaking, her heart's taken the rest of herself by surprise. As it stands now she stands with her love and the sun in her eyes. In that moment, the wolf took his chance, crouching down to the earth at her feet. As his teeth touched her neck, he retracted, 'cause the taste of her sweat was so sweet. He's not faking, his heart's taken with hers like the light of the moon. Both are eyeing the other one over as the sun overhead's riding noon. After sunset, you wouldn't expect to find one or the other alive. But when they're together, the day never ends, 'cause they're chasing the sun through the sky. radio fade out, as usual. Oh, please. Gotta move this way. So, the sun was the sort of a central point of that song. You know, the sun being, well, the central point of the Japanese flag. I don't know, probably not how it started, but definitely a big part of it. And in the beginning, it's rising, shedding light on their relationship, which hadn't formed into anything yet. And both are tensed for the chance to strike first, because you are risking a lot by jumping out and reaching out to someone you've connected with and trying to form a more meaningful relationship. And then later, the lion pushed down on the earth, which is symbolic of her coming over and via plane and then touching down on in America for the first time to see him, and her paw grazed his matted fur. Yes, yes. And then she sees him and falls in love with him, and to her, he is her entire life and reason for living and existing and stuff. Her love and the sun in her eyes, and then the wolf as well, in reaction to that, through his efforts and interactions with her, falls deeply and passionately in love with her as well, and the way she feels about him. Taken by the light of the moon, and she sort of becomes his satellite, his moon, and vice versa in her circumstance. And then they are eyeing each other over with the sun overhead, riding noon, more of a reflection on the marriage that hadn't happened yet, but it has happened now. I was there. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Happened during quarantine, so her family couldn't be there, but still a wonderful event. And then, the sun up at noon, illuminating everything about not just one or the other, but their whole relationship together, and as they become one. And then a sunset never happens. The sun never goes away, because together they chase the sun through the sky, and they always have purpose and meaning in each other's lives. So it was fun writing a love song, and it was fun singing in a country accent. It was May 8th, 2021. Let's see here. June 22nd, 2020. No. May 19th, 2021 is when Millennial Itch came out. So this is the first song I ever sang in a country accent, and wow, is it weird to sing in a country accent, because I do not talk in a country accent, and I did not want to sing folk songs. It just fit the myth of the story and the allegory of the story. So this is what sparked the country singing accent and the folk music thing. If ever, I am going to re-release Vermilion Waves at some point, and maybe rehash these songs and form them into a B-sides, which is the name for songs that were made around the time of an album but didn't make it into the actual album itself, so they get released as a secondary thing. So that, and I'll make a video for it. But yeah, the sun there, I wanted to get some symbolism, and a nice January 1st present to anyone who wanted a new song to listen to. Other than that, I could go into the symbolism of space, of stars, of the atmosphere, and how they fit into the songs and stuff. I mean, that's enough. You just get the gist. And that's what this image is the gist, and that was the beginning of everything, is building the universe, the stars, the sun, the planet, the atmosphere, and the satellites around it. And even in old songs like that, you can see those celestial bodies and the basis of everything begin to form. And then I got started with the Vermilion Waves album, diving deeper and deeper and deeper into symbolism of you're down on the planet now, looking out at the world and the universe, and this is your perspective of it. So in like the Vermilion Waves album, where's that? Yeah, if we look at like one of these. If you look at like one of these, we see that represented of like being on ground level, looking out at the world and the horizons and the ocean and stars and stuff. Here, become small again. Control Z, that's undo. So yeah, that's why this looks similar to like those music videos and stuff. So the blue still represents space and everything in the sky and whatnot. And the red represents the individual person and the waves of things that change within a person. Like the water and oceans on this world are more the unconscious self, the vermilion waves of the water and the ocean, of how the tides of our bodies and our desires and motivations and stuff change. And then the land is more the part, the bit that we make sense of, a place where we can stand and live and grow and create things. But yeah, where to start with this? There's a whole lot of crap. The 3D and like three-dimensionality arose in a lot of songs, and in my 3D glasses, which are in another room and I don't want to stand up and get, of just looking at both things at once, or like closing your eyes one at a time and looking at them both, or at the same thing from different perspectives, from yours and from an outside perspective. Let's see, the trees and the concept of trees definitely is an important one for this album, and that has arisen as ourselves given the green of direction and motivation. Build a brown tree, because red plus green is brown, and that can sprout out into the universe, into the world, and we can become something other than ourselves, and give life in the form of your red apples to others and the universe. And it's about creating things that can be more than ourselves and affect more than just the world around us. It can affect the universe and other people's lives. So yeah, that has arisen and is a big thing in this album, and with like a Dating HD and the album cover and stuff, you see those in there. Like devices, various devices, or how we interact with the outside world, and how we view ourselves from sort of an outside perspective. Cyan is the continuous flow and influence of the outside things on our attention and goals. Yellow and green, circle and X. But along with things that stream in from the outside world come tons of noise and static. I put a lot of little blue dots in here you probably can't see, and those can distract and influence and corrupt us. Become sort of an underlying part of us, represented by microplastics. Microplastics within the water that spread and below our perception affect us in the way we live. More represented by all these little blue dots spread around in the water. And even studies, like autopsies, have shown that every single one of our organs and our blood and just all of us is just embedded with microplastics at this point. Fetuses have microplastic. It goes through the umbilical cord into fetuses. So like plastics are just deep essential part of being human now. That sucks. And more symbolically, from the time we're born, and maybe even before, we're exposed to outside media that affects and influences us. Negative, positive, influence. What else? What else? Magenta. Yeah, there's the influence of our bodies continuously on our attentions and motivations and goals. Yeah, there's like a cycle of looking at things from an individual in an outside perspective that is like the circular, cyclical nature of understanding oneself. There's the cloud, which is the outside world that we put ourselves into. There's the weather and like the actual like clouds in the universe, and the weather is the continuous change of things and like the interaction between the outside world and you constantly creating weather. And it's like the times changing and the moods changing that we have very little control over. But it depends heavily on where we are, and it depends to some extent on our bodies and the outside world and things we do have control over, but a large part of it is uncontrollable. And there's rain. Like a whole song called "I Become the Rain." If you want to know more about rain, you know, more tumultuous like storms and weather and stuff make their way in. Fire has become more and more of a symbol of the burning of ourselves, basically the burning of energy to make progress towards goals and provide its own sort of light and direction regardless of the sun. A more individually inspired direction rather than universally. Yeah, that's a lot of things. I can go into it a lot further and the interaction between things further. But still working on building the world. I'd love to have extended time to actually go into a 3D environment and build more of this world if I didn't have a cubic quadrillion tons of things to do. I've also made like a lot of smaller little things to fill the world. Doors and their relative open or closedness have made their way into various songs. Like the lion at the door. It's about I 100% talked about that in a previous video. The lion at the door, and then let's see, Bits and Peers and Pieces uses doors a lot. Of there's boundaries and borders in our lives that need to be opened and crossed. Sometimes it's boundaries that we put up ourselves, and sometimes it's ones that others put up for us. And in the case of like the lion at the door, it's we hear scratching at the door, and we fear something in the future. But if you open it up, it's much more manageable and understandable if you remove the barriers and take a more accurate visual analysis of the world. And let's see. Last week with the song "Stolen Wishes." Wishes are kind of the currency of the world. And even like, visually, I want the coinage, the money to have like shooting stars and stuff. Just interesting. Shooting stars, when they're drawn like this, always go up. They always fly across the sky, but in real world, they're just like things falling down and burning up towards the earth. So it's interesting to see, even once we know what shooting stars are, that they are just like meteorites falling down to earth, we still draw them and depict them as stars like flying upwards and making something of themselves or whatever. So yeah, I'm working on that. I've been planning. I need to make a video where I design like a 3D currency that actually has a star and has words on it, and think about it a little bit more in depth, like I have with Vermilion Waves and Daydream HD, to create a more physical, I guess not product, because money's not a product. It is a thing that we use to influence the world and have products. Let's see. Like cigarettes. and their role, alcohol and its role. I've definitely explored before. Like reflections of us looking into the mirror. When we look into the mirror, we don't see ourselves. We see how the world views ourselves. Like for millions of years, humans existed without mirrors. I guess they could go look into a river or a pond or something and see themselves, or like a shiny rock and see themselves. So I mean, we knew what we looked like from the outside perspective, probably always. But yeah, with the advent of mirrors, and especially with smartphones and everything, like I have so many mirrors in my house. I can pick up a stupid device and look at myself all the time. We're constantly faced with a mirror image of ourselves, a version of ourselves that other people see, and we're forced to face what we are to the world constantly, and that can drive a lot of people crazy. And some people can't stand to look at mirrors and the way other people view them, for various reasons, psychological, physical, well, I guess all psychological, which I'll get into with the song this week. But yeah, I'm still going to play another song that's actually going to be on the album after this. And then, if we give ourselves entirely to that, to that mirror image of ourselves, if we give ourselves entirely to how others view us, then we end up as, a sheep within a herd, or a robot acting without internal will. Different, similar concepts. It's kind of just interesting to think about the differences between that, though. What's the difference when we call somebody a sheep versus when we call somebody a robot? A robot is just acting instinctively, whereas a sheep is acting in accordance with what everyone else thinks. But they're just both doing what they need to do to make other people happy and whatnot. And it's good to be one of those things. It's good to completely fall into roles at times. Like when I'm standing in front of class or filming myself for class, and it's not like a joke video that I post on YouTube, or like one of those extra lectures where I kind of loosely talk about art. It's an actual lecture. I am not me. I am professor. And I do what I need to do, and I say what I need to say, and I am who I need to be professional, to convey ideas and teach things as good as possible. So giving myself completely to that role is important, and somebody who's a nurse or doctor or elementary teacher or any other job in the world, it's good to completely give into it and disregard your own internal beliefs and desires and stuff. But then you're losing yourself. And without mirrors, we still are ourselves, and we can still look at ourselves, but we won't be looking at how the world views us. We won't be looking at our physical appearance. We can close our eyes and evaluate who we are as a person, and that's just as much viewing yourself as looking into a mirror. Seeing and assessing our desires and motivations, seeing and assessing what we want and our emotions and whatnot. All those other things that go along with being with an individual without influence from the outside world. And this is 100% ourselves, and this is 100% ourselves. Both of them are 100% ourselves. We are us as an individual, and we are us as the roles we play, and who we are in the grand scheme of things. That it's entirely a matter of perspective. If we're looking in a mirror and contemplating it, we're thinking about that part of ourselves, or ourselves from that angle. And if we're closing our eyes and thinking about our life, we're looking at ourselves 100% from that angle. So it's not picking one or the other. It's not deciding whether we want to live for others or live for ourselves. It's both at all times. And we may only be able to really view and assess one at a time, but both are equally important in our lives. So yeah. All that central to the concept of self, making sense of both of those within our attention. I get early very. I'm sorry. I get sleepy very early nowadays. I get sleepy at like 5 p.m. now. Just where I am right now with my sleep schedule. I fight to stay awake at like 8 p.m. Nowadays. I'm trying to get back on a normal sleep schedule. Normal to the universe, not normal to me. So that's a bunch of stuff that exists, not in the real world, but that it exists in my head and in the universe I'm creating, and now in video form and PowerPoint form. Kind of chaotic and not 100% thought out fully yet, but I've only been working on it not too long. 2.5 years ago, I thought about the symbolism of the sun and started creating like the space universe. And we're 2.5 years into it now. So I'm like a small child when it comes to doing this. 2.5 years old. Anyway, song from the album for this week. How do I make it center? Why is it weirdly up there? I don't like this. I know why. It's because this thing is really big, I guess. Yeah, let's make that smaller. You can do it small. There we go. It's centered. So this song, it's kind of like the AI afterlife of this album. In the sense that I think it's my favorite song on it. Like, to play... And I think it'll be like other people's favorite song, and the most like I think like deep and thought out of them. I spent months and months working on this as I was researching body dysmorphia of looking in the mirror and perceiving and focusing on flaws constantly for my research and classes and stuff. This was a big part of my life for a long time, and writing this song definitely helped me psychologically make sense of the concept of body dysmorphia and internet addiction and all the things I was researching over like an 8-month period. This is kind of like the only thing I wrote for a really long time. Just slowly working on it in bits and pieces as I was exploring some of the symbologic. I like that word. I'm going to go with it. Exploring some of the symbologic and stuff. What am I talking about? Words don't often do the best job at conveying things. Sometimes there are better ways to do it than words. Words are sort of a piss-poor attempt at taking the things that are inside your mind and conveying them to another person so that they exist within another person's mind. Music, emotional music, emotional art and design and stuff does a much better job of conveying it, and the behaviors we take in the world and the things we do, our actions and influences on others definitely do a much better job of conveying who we are than words. So restrictive and so slow. I feel my mind works 10 times faster than I can come up with the words to express what's going on in my mind. I mean, another word for that would be ADHD, I guess. But not really ADHD. ADHD is only ADHD if it's a disorder. Otherwise, it's just a way of living. It's a neurodivergence, which is a fancy way of just saying it. It's a different way of thinking. Lots of thoughts happening faster than they can be expressed. General consensus of it. Regardless, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm just going to play a song and then say whatever I need to say afterwards, whatever comes to my mind, and then I'll be done with this video. I'll let you go and live your years and and be happy in life. So, this song's called Display No Face... no, it's not. This song is called No Face Detected. When you type this out into, like, coding language, this display parentheses just means that no face detected is written, like, onto the console or displayed on the device. So this is what maybe the code behind my phone would do when it doesn't detect my face, and then it would display the words no face detected to me, to try to convey to me that it can't understand what I look like enough, or it doesn't think that there's even a face there, which is even more intense than, like, you are not the right person to unlock this phone. It's like, we don't see a face whatsoever. Anyway, make of that what you will. And once I'm done with this song, maybe I'll talk a little about the symbolism of it. We'll see once I get there. I haven't decided yet. So, on the surface, this song is very simple guitar-wise. Well, I need a capo for it. It goes capo on the 2nd fret. A minor, C, G, F, A minor, C, G, F. But a big reason I love this song is that I sort of incorporated more vertical movement into guitar with it. That was the big thing I had been working on for this album since last summer. 2 summers ago now. Summer of... time flies. I have to say, yeah, summer of 2022. 2020? Yeah. Summer of 2022 when I first really was starting this album, diving into it. Oh, time flies. It feels like last summer, but it was 2 summers ago. Jeez. So, A minor, C, G, F. As well, I was learning the concept of square or box breathing, where you breathe in for 3, hold for 3, breathe out for 3, hold for 3. And the whole rhythm of this guitar came from, like, I was doing that because I was researching it, so I might as well practice it myself. I was researching it, and so the beat, the melody of it came from that. And that type of breathing is, I don't know how much this is backed by research. I mean, doctors talk about it, psychologists talk about it, and it does calm people down, and it induces the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our relaxed state of being. In other words, it calms our anxieties and stresses and lets us focus on more long-term things, slows our breathing down and sweating and heart rate and everything. That's the role of the parasympathetic nervous system, to slow us down. So it's meant to get us into that state, and by fully taking in 3 seconds of breath, holding it, and then fully releasing it and holding it, theoretically that brings out naturally the parasympathetic nervous system and calms us down. I think there's a lot more to it than that. Like, there's... Hey, Volfine. There is... Like, it's distracting you the same way counting backwards from 10 distracts you. It's getting your mind off of it, and like any breathing exercises where you're counting the number of, or counting the seconds of breath, is going to calm you down, because your mind is not on the person that's making you angry or the thing that's making you angry. It's on the breath itself. So I'm sure there are a lot of different reasons why square or box breathing works at calming one down, but the thing is that it works. And this song is loosely about that, about calming down and looking at things from a more slow perspective, but more so it's about those things I was researching. It was about body dysmorphia and how like social media and stuff uses filters and presents a filtered version of ourselves, a fake version of ourselves. So much so that something called Snapchat dysphoria exists now, where people take pictures of themselves with Snapchat filters and show them to plastic surgeons and say, I want to look like this specifically, and they'll use the filters as their guide for how they want to look, which is super like sad and telling of our society. And if they do actually get surgery, pretty much everyone who gets surgery is not happy. They may be happy for a little bit afterwards, but then they'll just find something else about them that needs to change, that could be better. So it's people's attempts to try to look a certain way to other people rather than accepting themselves, which is what filters... Bless you, man, bless you. Which is what filters do. It gives us a version of ourselves that apparently is more appealing to the world, and it has huge psychological negative factors on the current young generations that are growing up influenced by fake mirrors, basically, and they eventually become something other than themselves. Whatever. I like this song. We'll play it. No face detected. Life sucks, addicted to media copium. When our dreams and dysmorphias breathe through our telephones. Oh, the mirrors are filtered for reasons I'll never know, 'cause they're much more appealing than the ones that we have at home. If you can't hide feeling alone in a crowd, and you get high more than you're down on the ground. Know that life is perpetual stress and anxiety. A gram numbs the pain in your brain temporarily. It's instant relief, but a scapegoat reality. The grass may be greener, but fades out eventually. You hear tick-tock, 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 keeping you up in your bed. And you can't stop now, or your friends think you're dead. Oh, all the times you spend fishing for compliments are caught and released in the next update. Oh, fakes. Oh, ow. Oh, fake your expressions too much, then there'll come a day when all your devices say no face detected, no face detected, no face detected. Give me a second. I've been biting my nails too much, so now I'm like trying to pick guitar and do the strings with my raw fingertips. It hurts. I'm slowly building calluses so I can do it a little bit more effectively. So sorry about the weird mistakes and stuff. Ow. It hurts. Anyways. They say life's way too short to record all your cares away, and way too damn long to hold on to them anyways. compressed and then stored on a cloud in a database that'll come crashing down when the wake catches up one day. And you can't hide feeling alone in a crowd. And you'll get high more than you're down on the ground. And this is, I just want to take a moment to make a shout out to my sponsor for this song. Yes, that's the future of the world. Mid-song sponsorships, if we allow it to be. So the sponsor for this song is an app called Nothing. The way it works is, if you feel a little buzzing in your pocket, it's okay. You can pull out your phone and check it, and I got an email, or I got an Instagram message, or a Snapchat, or a text message, or etc., etc., etc. And then you put your phone back in your pocket and continue doing whatever it is you're doing. Watching this video, or being with your friend, or watching a movie, or running, or reading a book, or etc., etc. You just continue doing whatever you're doing until you have some free time to check it and attend to it. It's best not to let social media run your life. As well, it's best not to only look at a filtered version of yourself and actually live life and close your eyes and think about you from that perspective rather than from an outside perspective. Anyway, this ad break is never the same thing. I always ad-lib it. Pun intended. Anyway, sometimes nothing is better than anything at all. Yeah. Anyway, here's a special promotional offer just for anyone who happens to watch this video. Go and download that. Go download that app. That Nothing app. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Do all those things. Ugh. I hate ads so much. I hate people who force and sell themselves onto other people and insist that their lives and way of thinking are so important that they need to be subscribed to or remembered in any sort of way. What pretentious, self-absorbed, narcissistic people to think that they matter that much that they should be remembered. That's up to the world to decide, not them. Anyway, there's an app that improves on your attitude overnight. And it's hard to abuse once your views and the stars align. Use promo code NO1 when you're at your checkout line. This offer expires when you do, so there's still time. You hear tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock coming from somewhere ahead. And you can't stop now, or the world thinks you're dead. All the files you save searching for confidence reach from a breach in your memories. Face your discretions for once, or there'll come a day when all your devices say no. Face detected. No face detected. No face detected. Well, where am I gonna put my guitar now? There's a cat in the guitar spot. Sorry for that sound. Okay. What else can I talk about that I haven't already talked about with this? A ton, I'm sure. I've heard that this whole concept of like no one is a very Buddhist thing. I mean, I'm not Buddhist, because if I was Buddhist, I would be something, and I'd rather be nothing. But yeah, it's supposedly a Buddhist concept, or like something like that, where you are no one. But I do enjoy the concept, and as I talked about with, like I don't teach my students people's names and dates. Like, who cares? Why would I ever want my name to be on a statue or a park bench or up in a light somewhere or something? Why would I ever want someone to subscribe and like my channel? What absolute insane narcissism that is taught to our children and pushed on our children. And it's not just a Gen Z or Gen Alpha thing, it is everyone. It's usually like the parents of children that are pushing phones and pushing people to fit into roles and to fall in line, just do what everyone else is doing that's causing it. And plenty of old grandmas and stuff to get just as wrapped up in social media and everything. Anyway, what am I talking about? A bunch of random stuff. I'm sure you made something of that. Anyways, I'm gonna go do other things. Gotta make dinner. Gotta start preparing for classes and stuff. The next video is not gonna be for a while, probably. So, even today it was kind of hard getting my mind on art and getting my mind on music and stuff, because next Monday in a week I'm beginning to, that's when school starts. That's when I start teaching classes. Well, technically Tuesday, but next week I have to start teaching classes. And definitely I've discovered that I can only focus on one big thing at a time, and I don't want this to be a small thing. I don't want my art to be just some hobby I do in the background, really. I'm starting to actually enjoy doing it and like doing it, and I want to pay my full time and respect to it. If it's just something I do 2 hours a day, it's not really a passion, is it? So most likely I'm gonna wait till like maybe a weekend if I feel some strong inspiration and don't have a lot of schoolwork to do, or maybe spring break if I don't have a lot of schoolwork to do, or maybe the summer if I don't have a lot of other work to do. We'll see. I kind of gotta leave it to a whim and can't put it on a weekly schedule like I tried to do last semester. That's not the way my brain works. That's not the way I want to live my life. I'm perfectly fine with shifting between different obsessions on a weekly basis or a monthly basis or something. Now, I will be like picking up my guitar and playing songs and stuff, and maybe make a little progress, but it'll never be my primary goal, and my mind will never be truly 100% on it, because it takes like a couple days of thinking about it to really get into the gist of it. Oh man, it makes it so hard to like play and enjoy video games during the school year. Like I pretty much don't play video games when school's going on and I'm teaching, because I just can't appreciate them. Like even today, I booted up a game and I'm trying to play for like a couple hours, and over the last couple of weeks I've been able to do it and really enjoy it. But now, like, I need to make a syllabus. I need to start preparing for classes and stuff, and it's not a burden. Like, I want to prepare for classes. I want to make the syllabus. I want to watch videos and read articles and stuff, but I can't do that and then 10 minutes later shift over and be playing music, and then shift over and 10 minutes later be playing a video game. My mind has to be on one thing, like, as much as possible. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I could do all that, but then I'd be drained, and I wouldn't really appreciate anything I was doing. What's the point of doing something if you're not giving your full 100% thought and effort and attention to it? So I will be playing guitar a couple hours a day, but while I'm playing guitar those 2 hours, I'm going to be in my head, like, writing lectures and thinking about what I'm going to say, and my mind will be on other things even though I'm practicing guitar. It's also a reason I haven't made a lot of progress with ASL. Like, during the summer, I had a month where I was just like learning ASL, and that was one big thing in my life. And I made a ton of progress and learned a bunch. But now, for the last few months, it's just been opening up apps and doing the daily apps, like suggested lesson, just to maintain and practice the words and the letters, which has been going well. Like it's kind of like Duolingo, even though Duolingo doesn't have sign language. It's like similar to that though. It's just doing that and maintaining it and learning tiny little small bits of progress while I focus on other things in life. And then maybe if I have a reason to actually sit down and learn ASL, if I meet a deaf person and really want to get into it or something, I have that knowledge base. But if I focus on it for a month, I can, learn 1,000 words and sentences and learn how to do it fluently and accurately, given the motivation. But my mind has to be on it 100%. Yeah. I've learned a lot about how to approach things and how I enjoy things and what gives me the most satisfaction out of life and helps me make the most progress in my life, as well as helping the most people most efficiently. Over these last few years of trying to balance art and work and other aspects of life. But that got I thought I was going to end the video. What am I talking about? Something. I dove too deep into some random thought, and now I'm here. And I don't really want to stop the video, because that means I'm not going to work on art for who knows how long. Do I have any other songs I can play? I can try to stick in another song. Just for fun. Something I can play. Let's see. What have I not done yet? That's not part of the album. This is my vast collection of started and unfinished songs. Like some are finished, like The Wolf and the Lion's finished. It's just like in a miscellaneous folder because I don't really exactly know what to do with it yet. Oh, here's a little... let's see. Uh-oh, I love this. Do I remember how to play this, though? Oh, let's see. Okay. Yeah, this fits with the themes of recent that I've talked about in videos. So this is literally the first song or poem or anything I ever wrote in my life. How many times have I said? But I wrote the first verse of this in middle school. Around Christmas time, probably, as you'll see. And just that first verse of a song, like I'd never written songs before, and it was like a decade till I even tried to write another song, to write another poem or anything. It's just something that came in my mind that I thought was funny, that I started singing over and over again, and eventually I thought I would turn it into an actual song at some point and try to like make sense of it. Let's see if I remember this with zero preparation or practice. I haven't played this in forever. So yes, I wrote this in middle school some year. This first line at least. If I could talk to animals, I would talk to a cheetah. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes. If I could talk to animals, I would talk to a cheetah. cheetah, I'd say hello sir, you're running fast. It's nice to meet ya. I have but one request, to ride upon your back. The cheetah would say and bite my fucking neck. I thought that was so hilarious. Well, apparently I think it's hilarious still. I thought that was so hilarious in middle school. I think I probably said it or sang it to like one person, like one of my friends or something. And the whole point is yeah, anyone could talk to animals. You can go talk to an animal right now. I can talk to an animal literally right now. Hello, Wolfie, you are an animal. You are a cat. The thing is, that doesn't change their nature. That doesn't mean they can understand you. Anyone can talk to animals. That's not a superpower. The superpower is getting animals to understand you. But, yeah. What would a cheetah say if you talk to it? It would growl and attack you and bite you. Or run away, you know. Actually, I've heard cheetahs like click, like cats make, and they make little cute sounds. But for the sake of the song, and since I was in middle school, I didn't really know that. So, I've practiced making my cheetah sound a lot. It's so fun. It's so fun to surprise people with that. It freaks them out. Anyway. We like to think we're in control, so we paint the world in monochrome. But poisoned by the leaded tones, experience the antidote. We try so hard and we fail, so we wait. Inhale, inhale. Release the air that's in your lungs, 'cause oxygen is fleeting. The goal is not to take a breath, but just to keep on breathing. I'm sure you did your best. Relax, enjoy the ride. The boss man will say go, but don't let him decide. We're driving cars that drive themselves, still tunnel vision overwhelms. With grip so tight we choke ourselves. We see the light but nothing else, so we try so hard and we fail. So what? That's the point. Exhale. Haven't really thought this through too much. Yeah, I was working on it back in the day when I was working on like the Wolf and the Lion and other AR Afterlife, Millennial-ish, those sort of first songs. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna take all these poems and stuff I wrote and make them into actual songs. Like I tried to make Deus Ecstasis into a song and Cosmic Reflection into a song. They're probably even here. Intercept I even put here, and I had some words to go along with it. Deus Ecstasis. Cosmic Reflection. Still, it might happen, but much more likely that this is going to be made into a song. It's called The Grind now. Didn't really know what to call it. It is a very, very much just random collection of concepts and ideas now. You get the general gist, though. Maybe. I get the general gist. You might get the general gist. General gist. Anyway, anything else I can do? Anything else I can do just to waste time and be weird and not in this video. Yeah. I've laid out the concepts for like movies and stuff related to the afterlife back in the time I was thinking of it. It's just a massive collection of stuff. Oh, I like this song. Airplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. If I play somebody else's song, am I gonna get, like, copyrighted or something? I guess I played, Fortunate Son. Nothing bad came of that. Maybe it's because I sang it so poorly that it didn't get recognized in the system. I'm kidding. Do I remember the song Airplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel? I haven't played this in a long time too, but G C D. Okay. I'll play these first 3 verses or so at least. I think it gets a little weird after verse 3, so whatever. Well, you can feel free to leave and close the video, by the way. I'm just messing around. Is it E flat? Must be. Yeah, it's E. Must be E minor. Yeah. What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling all around the sun. What a beautiful dream that could flash on the screen in a blink of an eye and be gone from me. Soft and sweet, let me hold it close and keep it here with me. And one day we will die and our ashes will fly from the aeroplane over the sea. But for now we are young, let us lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing we can see. Love to be in the arms of all I'm keeping here with me. Curious life we have found here tonight. There is music that sounds from the street. There are lights in the clouds and a ghost all around. Hear her voice as it's rolling and ringing through me. Soft and sweet, how the notes so bend and reach above the trees. And the reason, yeah, I mean it goes on, but like the chords change and I didn't write it down because this was a long time ago I was playing this. Oh, I like the song 7 Years. I play that. This is like my first intro song in developmental psych, which I'm teaching 2 versions of this semester, so not my favorite class to teach. So I always begin the class with this video and this song because it goes through a person's entire life. Plus, it's a really fun, catchy song, and yeah, I enjoy the dude's voice. I enjoy the themes of it. I enjoy the concepts of it. I like it. This is probably on some capo or something. I don't really remember. I really should keep better logs of this so that when I need to, I can just pull them up and play it on the spot. Haven't played this in a long time either. Once. Oh, let's bring that up. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. I don't know. I'm glad I still remember how to play this. I don't want to click something I know I can't play. Always, like I said in the previous video, I always love Clarence Clearwater Revival Band, John Fogerty. Even before I started like singing country music, there's also it's like Americana folk songs that you hear all the time that you love and you sing along to, like Fortunate Son. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Woo! It's so fun. It's such a fun song. Yeah, and as I said before, it really fits my voice well. Like before I even learned to sing at all, I could sing Clarence Clearwater songs basically and make them sound pretty good. So I remember. This is a super easy song. Just C. I don't know the actual, like... I've only learned the chords of it because I was learning this right when I was beginning guitar, but... I'm sure it's a lot more complicated, actually, with the guitar part, but it's really just... pretty easy. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard. I know it's been that way for all my time, till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know it goes on, it goes on. I've contemplated making just the whole album of covers. I don't know. Rather not, though. Like, I like playing it that way. I don't really want to learn the way it's actually played. Yeah, I don't know how to play that. I was trying to... This song's from my favorite Disney movie, Robin Hood. I have zero idea how to play it on guitar. I didn't... This is not something I always play. It's a more recent thing. Let's see. I do like... The song Santeria is another one I've played since I've been learning. And I might as well. So, Santeria I got into... Cause when I was in Japan with my friend, when he met the love of his life, and it ties into the day. So, I was also with one of his, friends from high school or earlier, one of his friends. And that friend loved to sing this song, Santeria, at karaoke. This was before I started learning to sing, before I started learning to write songs or play guitar even. I mean, yeah, I hadn't even like really touched guitar and tried to learn it yet. That Japan happened, but because like it was meaningful to him, and it was fun, and that kind of got me into it. I learned it. Santeria. Who sings this? Who the heck sings Santeria? Hold on. Sublime. A massive band here in the Midwest and different parts of the U.S. I never really heard of them until I heard this song and stuff. And I think I heard like a cover band as well of Sublime before Japan a little. So I'm kind of sort of familiar with the music, but it's fun. They're really interesting, like stoner music, I guess to call it. Well, it's obvious that they're extremely high while they're playing, and they're always singing about getting high. But fun song. It's definitely a really, really fun song. Oh, before I do that though, have you ever seen The Rain? Like the chorus. F, G, C, A minor. Was the inspiration for that chord progression in the song The Lion at the Door. I'll play the first verse of that song, cause why not? I'm not childish, but I'm not childish, so I won't deny there's a lion who paws at my door. Oh, don't be mistaken, my life's not worth taking, but the space where I'm standing's worth more. I feel something, it's not just enchanted, but the magic has left here for sure. I feel so inspired, but my funds have run dry. I have so much to do, but I'm bored. Yeah, that was inspired by Have You Ever Seen the Rain's chorus, as well as Santeria's chorus. It's the same. I guess it's just like a popular chorus sort of chord progression, but that I didn't pick it because it was popular. I picked it and played it because it was part of a couple of the songs that I played regularly. Santeria and Have You Ever Seen the Rain? So my fingers were very used to doing that chord progression, those four from that. Anyway, do I remember how to play this song? Let's see. And again, I don't know how to play the guitar part, which is really intricate when they play it, because I was playing this when I was first learning to play, so I just play the chords. I don't practice Santeria. I'm gonna put the capo on the guitar. I really need to write down this stuff. Practice Santeria. Man, I really wish I remember. It doesn't really matter. I can sing it in different frets. Just want to get one that fits the song sort of well. I'm just gonna settle on capo on 4, even though I'm sure that's probably not what it is. What a sentence. Okay. Ow. Okay. Now I can do it. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Hell, I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all. That sounds definitely not right. practice at this. Fuck it, we ball. We ball at the fifth capo. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. If I had $1 million, I'd spend it all. If I could find that Heine and that Sancho that she'd found, well, I'd pop a cap in Sancho and I'd slap her down. What I really wanna know, my baby, what I really wanna say, I can define. Well, it's love that I need. My soul will have to wait till I get back, find a Heine of my own. Daddy's gonna love one and all. Oh man. I guess I need some kind of herb inspiration to sing that song accurately, like they had when they were writing it and singing it. It's a fun song to sing. It's really fun song to sing, especially just karaoke. You don't have to worry about the guitar aspects of it. And like, these are not all the covers that I've played in my time. These are just like, I didn't always use this software to record songs and to keep covers. Some I learned from apps. Some are just like on the internet. Some I just haven't memorized. Like the really first song that I learned was All of Me by John Legend. Haven't played this in forever. What would I do without your smart mouth, drawing me in and you kicking me out? Got my head spinning, no kidding, I can't. And that's how I played it. It's supposed to be on like one of the capos, but I learned it before I learned how to use capos. I like that song. It's very easy to learn early on. I like singing it. It's not too complicated to sing. It's more about the emotion you put into it that matters than the actual like chords he's hitting or anything that are super complicated. And it was a challenge though. It was a fun challenge because it's in triplets. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and you're not like singing in triplets. So yeah. And normally he'd play that on a piano while singing. What else? One of my favorites. House of the Rising Sun. But it's hard to do. And also sing. Like, I can do it sometimes if I really pay attention and practice them in the right mood. But usually I just, if I'm gonna sing it, I just play the chords. house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. Super fun to sing. I love that song so much. I've learned though that there's like different versions with different lyrics. Like Woody Guthrie has a version of House of the Rising Sun that has mostly different lyrics and like a different perspective. It's more from like a girl who works there's perspective than a guy who's visiting there, which I guess is the original intention of like the folk song. I'm not sure the actual 100% origins of House of the Rising Sun song. I don't know if it was Woody Guthrie or someone before, but fascinating to like hear different iterations of it. When I really thought that like the Monkees version was the version growing up, so I started to look into it. Another song I like to play, it's called "Say Something" by somebody. I have no idea who. Guest starring Christina Aguilera. It was a really popular song for a while. A girl I was dating had a roommate who would sing this all the time, so it kind of got stuck in my head as well, even though it's kind of a little sappy, girly pop song. That wasn't really my style, but I like the vocals of it. I think I remember it has some interesting guitar stuff to go along with it. I mean, originally it's not supposed to be guitar, it's piano again, I believe, but whatever. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I am feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all. And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere. I don't want to sing the whole song. I could. I actually remember that somehow. There's so many other songs I learned. I learned a lot of Taylor Swift songs, but her production company kind of sucks. And they removed her songs from the apps and stuff that show how to play them, which is really stupid. Like, if somebody wants to play a Taylor Swift song, they can't. Because they can't, like, look up the chords and stuff. And just really, really scummy thing for her record label to do, to take them off of apps for, like, kids and people learning guitar to learn. One of my favorite songs of before even guitar of this my entire life is "A Horse with No Name," and I love talking about this song when I discuss like guitar and singing and songwriting and stuff, because America, you know, is that who sang "Horse with No Name"? America, at least that's what my guitar app says. It's very, very, very. It's the most simple song you can possibly learn because it's just E minor, D, E minor, D. Through the entire song, and it doesn't change, and it doesn't have any variety. It's just those two, and he sings over it, and all the song's artistic power and the emotions come from his voice and the lyrics, rather than the guitar. The guitar is just a bass. So when I was starting, I know I don't have to learn complex guitar crap to be a successful musician or to express songs correctly or to make things that are meaningful and impactful, because it's the emotion that matters. It's the underlying elements of it and how it's expressed that matters, not all the fine little details of every little guitar chord and every note you hit, and even like hitting the notes correctly when you're singing and stuff don't matter that much, and the purity of your voice. It's all in the emotion and the expression of it. So this song is beautiful for like just proving that point, I guess. I'm not sure if I can prove the point, but America can, the band, and plenty of people who've covered it. On the first part of my journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There were sand and hills and rings. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. What else can I, there's a lot of songs I learned and completely forgot that I'm not even going to attempt, or that I learned something on, something meaningful from. I haven't played this song in a while. Oh, I haven't played this song in years, or thought about this song in years, or heard this song in years. This is a Limp Bizkit song. Actually, it's a Who song called Behind Blue Eyes. I've always loved and enjoyed. And Limp Bizkit did a cover of it that was like really popular. It's actually pretty good. It's the best one of his songs. It's a cover. Just ignore all of his actual songs and listen to the cover of Behind Blue Eyes, because it's really good, except for one part in it which gets stupid that he adds that's not part of the original song. I'm going to need the lyrics, though. Let's see if I can embiggen the lyrics on my screen, on my phone screen. No one knows. Is it supposed to be on a capo? Let me see. I haven't played this in so freaking long. Give me a minute. You've waited this long. I'm gonna play it. It doesn't say on the app. I'm gonna play it on capo 3, just to give it make it a little higher for me. No one knows what it's like. That's too high. No one. I want to say like, no one knows what it's like. Might be the first capo. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eye. Wow, that's yeah. No one. Yeah. I need to look up, watch somebody else play it. Because this is the kind of song that has a very distinct memory in my head of how it's supposed to sound. So not getting it on the right, like, capo actually kind of bothers me. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like. See, a little bit off. And I need to listen to it again. What else do I got? Oh, some Green Day. I never really liked Green Day growing up, but I don't know, their songs are really fun to play on guitar and like learning guitar. And it's sort of a cliche song, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Lonely. Oh God, I don't want to do that voice right now. I am not in the mood to make that voice right now. I cannot do that. I mean, normally I could. I'm in a much more relaxed mood. I can't do that. It's supposed to be on the first capo. Let's see though. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. Bless you, buddy. Thank you for giving me an excuse to go to the next song. And the other Green Day song is more widely known, I believe. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time leaves us. Wow. I thought it would just come to me as I started playing it. I mean, I know, time. Something. Let's see. I'm not looking it up. I'm just going to the next song. There's a lot of songs I learned that I've completely forgotten. Oh, I used to play Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd a lot. Have not thought about or touched that song in years as well. Again, just the chords, because I really like this song. I wanted to play it early on, but I did not want to learn advanced Pink Floyd guitar to be able to play it. I have no idea how to play it. Let's see if it magically comes to my fingers, though. Cat, please move. Thank you. I love you, though. Hello? Hello. I got a... Hello? Is there anybody in there? Hello? Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? Let's jump to the chorus. There is no pain you are receding. Undistant ship smoke on the horizon. We're only coming through in waves. Oh man, it's so weird. Like I remember a couple years ago, just I could pick up the guitar and effortlessly, like my fingers would just do the thing and I could focus on singing. Would need to practice to get to that point again. No, would need to practice. This is not one of those songs I know super well. Shame on me. Dust in the Wind, I learned at one point. I always really loved that song. I'm skipping over like 10 songs for every one I play, by the way. Just things that I learned, I played, I dropped, basically, as I was on my progress of learning. And I should maybe have memorized more of them, but I never played for other people and never really like brought out my guitar at parties and practiced and thought about playing for other people. So it was always just, what can I learn from this song, and do I enjoy playing it myself? So many of them I didn't really super memorize or keep up with. I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes. Curiosity, dust, dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Fun. I need to maybe just like make it a weekly or monthly agenda to like actually learn like covers of songs, like just to have on lock in case. And if I ever actually do like an open mic night or something, I can't just play my stuff over and over again at that level. I won't be able to do that till I hit the big stage, which I never really have aspirations for. But if people are there to see me, I'll play my songs. But usually people are just there to see like an open mic thing, and then people would want to hear songs that they like and can sing along to and know. So I really should have more songs memorized for this sort of occasion. Entertainment value. Free Fallin' is usually a pretty popular song for people to learn early on. I'm not going to open it up on my app. I know it. It's like... I don't have a super memory. It's just ultra easy. Like D, and then D with the pinky on the fourth. Or D with the pinky on, and then D with that finger off. So it's just fingerless. I don't even know the names of the actual chords. Just different variations of D that are just moved around. And this song definitely taught me that you can just like move one finger and it completely changes the way something sounds, even if you're not changing chords, and has a different interesting effect. I don't know the words to Free Fallin' though. She's a good girl, loves something. Elvis, I think that's part of the song. More just I have it because like everyone plays it. It's not a bad song. I do like the song. I do like Tom Petty. I like Last Dance with Mary Jane a lot more though, which I believe is on here, but I haven't been practicing it very long. I think I'd plan on doing it for karaoke next time I go to karaoke, but it's been a long time for that as well. Let's see. I learned the Game of Thrones theme when it was popular. I'm not even going to attempt to play that again because it's not chords. It's actual like notes. I want to learn the song Grand Illusion. I like that song. Yeah, kind of complicated though. Even with just chords, it's pretty complicated. Styx songs are like that. But I like it. What else can I play? Oh, one that I played a lot. I do play it every once in a while. Again, another cliche. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Different variations of that have different tones and are on different capos depending on the version you play. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted between like the original, that where he's more like talking. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. It's more talky. Well, there's also a more melodic version that is in movies and media and stuff that I enjoy, and that people on like American Idol sing who don't understand the meaning of the song and they try to make it sound happy. I believe, or at least I've heard rumors that that song is about having an orgasm. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna look into it too much. I just like singing it. Oh, complex, but yeah, I don't need my phone here. I don't think. There's a lot of different chords, but it's fun to play. Hotel California. I should open up my phone. I'm gonna switch over to chords. Yeah. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up to the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim, and to stop for the night. That song's fun. I love that song. And apparently it doesn't really have like a super thought out meaning. It's just like what they came up with in the moment. Colitas, I learned, is marijuana. I don't really know. I never heard it before outside of that song, Colitas. It's a very California-ish thing or something, or some region of California. But yeah, I always love that song. Everyone loves that song. It just sounds good. It sounds nice. It sounds good to have like on in the background or something. I remember one of my high school years, they had it as like the homecoming song. It's like girls were walking out in their little outfits while Hotel California was playing in the background. Like I don't know that much about the song, but I know it's about like corruption and like vanity and stuff, and probably shouldn't be used as the source of a beauty pageant or like a homecoming dance. But it does sound pretty, and most people don't think about that's all people think about when they hear it in the background. It's just, hey, that's a nice sounding song. I wish I could play I Knew You Were Trouble when you walked in, but if I click on it on my app, it's like, this app is unavailable due to copyright reasons. So Taylor Swift, if you're watching this video, Tell your record company that they're a bunch of douchebags and they need to allow children and really anyone who's learning guitar to look at your music. Because, like, why? Why is it not allowed on this app? Who cares if somebody's learning your music? And I know why. It's so they can sell official like chords and tabs and stuff and make money from it. So it's greed. It's pointless greed for the biggest star in the world. I learned a lot of Beatles songs over the years. I really love Beatles songs. It's been years since I played any of them, but whatever. I guess that's what we're doing now, just playing whatever song I feel like playing. Sometimes this is how I practice, just go down the list of songs on my phone and my computer and stuff and just play whatever comes to mind. Santeria shouldn't be here. Let's put Kanye Tree. There we go. Oh yeah, I tell you something I think you'll understand when I say that something. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. So that's not from memory. That's me trying to read it from the screen as I'm playing it. The chords and the lyrics at the same time. So that's why. Ugh. Not 100% accurate there. I'm going in alphabetical order, by the way, which is why we're going in alphabetical order. One of my early learning country singing songs. Wait, do I know this song at all? Where'd I put the capo? Wolfie, are you sitting on my capo? Yes, he was. He was. He got up here and he sat down on my capo. So here's a random country song by a band that I'm not going to say because I don't remember their name. I guess I can say it. The band Perry. If I Die Young. I think that one of my nieces liked this song, or like a girlfriend liked this song or something. For some reason I learned it. Simple enough. I like the way it sounds. If I die young. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me. If I die young. I think this is wrong. That's not what it sounds like. What is that crap? No, I don't believe this. I don't believe these are the chords to that song at all. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down in a better... I think I had a different version on the computer that I used to use, because this one's not very good. I just used this one to remind me of the lyrics. For a time I learned the Johnny Cash version of the song I'll Fly Away. Which, if you haven't heard that version, it's very... kind of sad. I don't know, depressing. Oh, we're 2 hours and 13 minutes into this? Whatever. Who cares? No capo. Okay. Oh, it has weird chords in it. That's why I don't play it a lot. Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. See, a G7 chord. That's strange. It's very, very weird. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll No, wait, this song's fine. That's just the like good old Christian version of I'll Fly Away. What Johnny Cash song am I thinking about? Oh, You Are My Sunshine. That's what I'm thinking about. I'll get to that when I get to the Whys. I learned some, yeah. Christmas songs and stuff. It's after Christmas, though. We're not gonna play Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this song. But not very many lyrics, so... I don't need it written down. Do I? Mama, take this badge from me. Use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. And then like 18 more times, and then Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That cold black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Ooh. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. And variations of that for way too long. Really, that's all the lyrics of the song. It's just like a few lines of actual song and then just knocking on heaven's door a million times over and over again in between and after them. But still beautiful. Still a very beautiful song and fun playing, fun to sing. Oh, when I'm in the mood. More Taylor Swift. Oh, sad. I'm sorry, Taylor Swift. I can't play Love Story and give you free advertisement because your recording company sucks. I'm so sorry. Oof. Do I remember any of this? This is a weirder song, a Beatles song. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. I would stop there, but now I'm curious. The lyrics are so weird that I forget them. I used to have them memorized. It took a lot of work and effort to memorize them. And it has a lot of weird chords, too. Somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly. A girl with kaleidoscope eyes. Skip to the chorus. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Oh, you get the idea. My favorite Beatles song to play, though, is Yellow Submarine. Oh, this used to be one of my favorite songs to play. Do I remember it at all? I think I'll need a refresher for the chords. Again, when we get to the Whys, I'll play Yellow Submarine. I want to learn Mama I'm Coming Home by Ozzy Osbourne. Here, let me click it. Oh god, it's complicated, it has weird chords in it. I'm gonna have to like put concerted effort into trying to learn that. One day. Another country song. Oh, here we go. I wonder if we've passed the time that I've been playing covers relative to the time I was actually recording other stuff for the video. Whatever, who cares? This is Need You Now by Lady Antebellum. Another vastly popular country song back in the day. It took a lot. It took a lot for me to actually listen to and enjoy a country song. Like more than a few years ago. Really not my genre. This was on the radio so much and other people liked it so much, and again girlfriends and probably nieces and family members and stuff liked it and liked listening to it, so it stuck with me. And it's simple enough. Oh yeah, I had the cap on for a reason. Four, right? Yeah. Picture perfect memories scattered all around the floor. Reaching for the phone 'cause I can't fight it anymore. And I wonder if I ever cross your mind. For me it happens all the time. It's 1:15. I'm all alone and I need you now. Said I wouldn't come but I lost all control and I need you now. And I don't know how I could do without. I just need you now. I think these chords are a little bit wrong, but close enough. I like it. It's a little like discordant, and then it shifts from like a female voice to a male voice, which lets me practice higher tones and lower tones and stuff. There's reasons I'm learning it, or I did learn it back in the day. Let's see. Like, this is a really easy song, but for some reason I'm just kind of over it. It was popular back in like high school, I think. I like the music video. It's Imagine Dragons. Radioactive. I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. Breaking, shaping up, and checking out on a prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Oh, whoa. Yeah. It's just it's a little weird on the app. It's not just my memory failing. Like the chords are not perfectly aligned with the lyrics here. I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones enough to make my systems blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm radioactive, radioactive. Wow, I haven't heard that song like on a radio or something in like a decade at least. Like a decade, that's crazy. It must have been like undergrad since I watched the video last. That's insane. Insane as well that it's still like in my mind, kind of how it sounds, even though it's a little blurry. Like after it's so long, and so many experiences and stuff. One song I really want to learn is Rainbow Connection by Kermit the Frog / Kenny Loggins. A little bit complicated, again, guitar chords, and I want to make sure to do it justice. It's a good, meaningful, powerful song. You gotta fight back the tears while you're playing. Let's see, what else I got? We're almost down to the end. 16 Tons I played in a previous video. That's a newer one. Somebody That I Used to Know. Wow. Blast from the Past. What year even? I'm gonna make a wild guess and say like 2012 or something. Fifth fret here. Fairly easy again. Like not very complicated, but kind of hard to play with your fingers, the chords. Not too bad for like a starting song. It takes like really quick transitions between chords, which was really challenging in the beginning. It takes like years of practice to learn how to transition smoothly. Now and then I think of... Okay, I do need to look at the lyrics here. Now and then I think of when we were together. Like when you said you felt so happy you could die. Told myself that you were right for me. Felt so lonely in your company. But that was love and it's an ache I still remember. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. There's another verse. Let's skip to the lyrics. But you didn't have to cut me off. Make out like it never happened and that we were nothing. I don't even need your love. But you treat me like a stranger and that feels so rough. You didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. So the whole, like a musical gist, like if you take away the words, it goes A minor, G, A minor, G, like throughout the verses, and then when it gets to the chorus, it adds an F chord, so it goes A minor, G, A minor, G, A minor, G, F, G, A minor, G, F, G, and that was a big instrumental part of showing me like how little difference there can be, or like little subtle differences there could be between like a verse and a chorus to make it a completely different kind of sound, without adding or changing much really. Oh, I wish I'd learned this one a little bit more so I could play it right now. Sorry. Let's see what else. Can I play this? Oh, I don't think so. How does this go? See, the problem with learning anything other than chords is that it tells you what string to hit, but it doesn't tell you like what fingers to use for hitting those strings. This is Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Marilyn Manson / who sings the original Sweet Dreams Are Made of This? Like 9 Inch Nails or something? Someone... I only know the Marilyn Manson version really. There's not really much big difference. Something I really need to practice. hitting individual chords or individual strings like this still is not really something I've tried to learn, so it's not really something I've gotten better at. I like doing stuff with the whole hands and then like making a little variation with one of the fingers to change stuff up. More my style, to play all 6 strings at once and then make small changes rather than try to construct something out of individual notes like this. But I did try to learn this song. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? So hard to not make it sound like that. And I'm using nylon strings, and they have those like bounce to them that makes it plucking strings like that not sound so great. Let's see. A lot of other crap I learned. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. I still know most of that song. I don't want to play too much of it. I love it though. One of the earlier songs I learned. Dun, 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 dun. I'm skipping over a lot. I'm getting to the end of my patience with this video. But I still want to finish. I want to get through the alphabet now. R.I.P. Avicii. Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I haven't... Okay, I need to listen to that song. Good popular song. Wake Me Up by Avicii. Good for practicing, like, playing really quickly. And transitioning between those 4 chords. Definitely going from a bar chord, like, to like a non-bar chord at that speed. Very, very difficult for years until I practiced it a ton. Let's see. What am I talking about? What am I doing? I think I've hit my limit of wanting to play stuff. Wonderwall. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Not really. I have it, but I never actually learned how to play it. I don't really like the song that much. Yellow Submarine, there it is. I just need a reminder of the chords. I don't want to mess it up too much. In the town where I was born lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. So we sailed up to the sun till we found a sea of green. Sea of green! I'm just, checking to make sure there's no capo. I'm tired. Let's just play the chorus. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. Good old yellow submarine. And we'll end no. Do I want to play this song? We'll not end yet. We have 2 more. Let's see. I'm gonna play Zombie first by Cranberries. I love karaoke of this song, because if you like the original version of the Zombie song that hasn't been on the radio lately, there's like a rock version nowadays with a normal voice. But like the original Cranberries Zombies, she has such a weird like accent that's fun to do at karaoke. I'm gonna see if I can do it. It's like an Irish goat or something. Another head hangs lowly, child is slowly taken, and the violence caused by such silence, who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Super fun, especially when I have to worry about guitar and just like the actual music playing and stuff, and karaoke. Just hitting that accent with full force is just a beautiful thing to do, and I'm sure a beautiful thing to hear for other people. Anyway, I'll end with Johnny Cash's "You Are My Sunshine." The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping. I'm gonna start that over. I want a full, clean version of this. It was scrolling too fast on my phone, so I knew I was gonna start messing up. So I'm gonna scroll down a little bit so we have more time. Okay. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, so I bowed my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Now it's scrolling too slowly. I've always loved you and made you happy, and nothing else could come between. But now you've left me to love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Anyway, that's Johnny Cash's short version of "You Are My Sunshine." More depressing than what you usually hear. I'm not sure. Like, I'm just gonna assume that he took the normal song "You Are My Sunshine" and made it depressing. But maybe he originally wrote it, and then people just took it and made it into like a sweet little lullaby and didn't sing the rest of the song. Let me Google it quick. I need this answer now, and I'll give it to you as well. Okay, yeah, other people than Johnny Cash wrote it. Yeah. No, it was still depressing. Like Christina Perry. Huh? No, I don't want those lyrics. Huh? No, those are the lyrics. And there's even more depressing lyrics about shattering dreams in the original version. Alright. Well, I guess it's always been a depressing song. Forget I played it at all and just keep enjoying it as You Are My Sunshine, the happy song. But it's like, not necessarily sad, it's just, bittersweet. Better to have a song about losing somebody you love than to never have had that person in your life at all, I suppose. No matter how much, I don't know. Maybe the more depressing a song, that means the more you lost, so the more meaningful that original relationship was, or some other sort of positive outtake. Anyway, that was fun. A random thing I didn't plan at all. And that's not even sarcastic. I didn't plan that at all. I didn't really think I would do that. Do all those covers and things. Anyway, I'll see you when I see ya. Maybe in a few months, few weeks. I don't know. If the urge strikes tomorrow, I'll just not work on school stuff and do this, and then I'll get fired, I guess. Eventually, or just like fail at my job. But most likely, I'll see ya in few whatevers, weeks, I guess. Bye-bye.